Now I'm doing the petal right above the first petal I did. This is the first petal is here, and it's underneath the second petal. The second petal is shaped like a heart. So what we're going to do, we're going to go from the bottom of that, and we're going to bring our needle out at the center point of the heart, the center, which a heart that's done like this. It goes up on both sides, right where the center of that heart is where I'm going to make my first stitch. So I'm going to bring it through. Now I'm going to go back down to that same place, and I'm going to gradually, I'm going to go from the point to the outside of that petal, right, just as close to the first stitch as I can be. Now I'm going to go back to the same. All of these, the bottom are going to come out of that bottom, or as close to that bottom point as possible. Now I'm going to go right next to that, reaching up a little higher, because what happens, you're coming from the middle of the heart, which is the low point, and you're going to reach up. With each stitch, you're going to reach higher and higher. But keeping the stitches parallel to each other, and if you use these little lines right here, it kind of helps you to be parallel. A satin stitch is time consuming, and by sewing with 3 strands instead of 2, we make this a little less time consuming. Plus, I think on these areas that are such large flowers, that it helps to create a more dense coverage, a thicker coverage. All right, now then we're going to see how the petal begins to come down. We're going to have to bring the stitches downward by making the top of the stitch shorter and shorter each time. Now then, I'm going to go down, I'm going to make one more stitch to be sure that I've covered this side of this petal. This petal is a heart-shaped petal, and it has 2 sides. Again, I start from the center of the petal, which is the low point, and I gradually get shorter each time. Now then, I'm going to go back. I've done that side of it. Now I'm going to go back to the other. I'm going to go back to this side of the petal. I'm going to go from the center to there. Each time I'm going to go higher and higher and higher and higher with the stitch. Then I'm going to get shorter, shorter, shorter. Okay, that's how you do the satin stitch.